So, here we are, part 2. Not from Queenstown, but from just a little bit north of Queenstown. So the news came out last night that the whole of New Zealand was going into lockdown at midnight last night. And we're still in the middle of our trip. And it basically said you've got 48 hours to get home. After that, you have to stay put where you are. And of course, if you then go out on the road in a camper van or anything like that, then your insurance is void and, well, just a complete nightmare. So we're about an hour outside of Queenstown now, heading to a city called Christchurch to drop the van off where we're going to have to stay the night, because it was a 6-hour drive to there, and then we've got another 5.5, 6 hours to get home from there back to where we live. And I've just stopped at a little place here outside the lake at Cromwell. It's a very pretty place. Our friends went back yesterday because they knew what was coming. So the good news is we've taken Bruce off of them. So we've got Brucey. And he's lying down on the floor in between us and in the front seat. And I'll show you where he is. Oh, look who's there. Look who's there. What are you doing down there, Brucey? What are you doing in our van? Hey, are you coming out to have a look around? Oh, don't get wet. Hey, don't go for a swim, Bruce. No, don't get muddy. Don't get muddy. I know what you're going to do. Don't go in. Let me have some air. So yeah, nightmare. Ruined our holiday. Sort of ruined Anne's birthday because the weather was awful. Bruce, come out of there. Come on. Oh, you had to get your feet in there, didn't you? Come on. Go back to the van. Come on. Yeah, it just ruined everything really. And now we've got to get back. But yeah, look at this. Look how beautiful this is. This is a lovely river, lake. All the snow up there. So yeah, we've just pulled over, have a little break, but we've got a long way to go. So we're going to get back on the road. In the van. And in the van. And Bruce going God knows where. Come on, Brucey, let's go. Come on, come back here. Bruce, come on. You know where to go. Go on, up you go. Good boy. Right. So I've got to get cranking. We're going to be spending the night in the van because we can't make it all the way home. We've got nowhere else to go and you can't check into any motels or anything. So come back to you in a bit, maybe when we're cooking up some lunch, because everything is closed now. All the restaurants are closed, cafes, the works. So I might have to get the barbecue out and actually cook up some lunch. We will see. And then have to cook up dinner later. Catch you later. Everybody, we are going over the Lindis Pass, which if my camera woman could please focus on. It's covered in snow. There's a car coming past now, so these are all people who are now scrambling. They're probably from the North Island and they're scrambling to get home. They've got 48 hours because of this lockdown. They've got 48 hours to get home, and there is a ferry that crosses between the North Island and South Island, and they've got to catch that ferry. And so a lot of people are speeding, a lot of people are rushing to try and make it in time. Whereas we're sort of poodling because we don't have to rush. We can get back in 48 hours. But what we are looking for now is a place to park up and have some lunch, but preferably with a bit of a mobile signal so we can find out what's going on. Because there's an announcement about to come out from the Prime Minister about new case numbers and what's happening with this lockdown. But we just thought you'd like to see this lovely pass called the Lindis Pass, which is the way you would come from camera woman, that way. There you go. She's learning. This is the way you come if you're coming from the southern island city of Christchurch and you want to get through to Queenstown. This is the way you would come. And it's very pretty when it's covered in snow, but it's very barren, very remote. No mobile signal here. You don't want to break down here. And you don't want to get stuck here because it gets very, very cold. It's almost like a desert. Right, we will catch you when we are camped somewhere for lunch. Welcome back, everybody. We have decided to have our lunch by a lake. And I'm going to cook up some burgers. Is that on? That's on. It's burger time with Brucey. Bruce, don't run off. Yeah, so we've got Bruce now. So as I said, our friends had to go. So we had to take Bruce back. Tough that he's not allowed in the rental van. Too bad. He's coming in with us. And he's going to have to sleep in there with us tonight as well. And they've just announced a few more cases on the radio, so it looks like we're going to be staying in lockdown for long term. In case you don't know, New Zealand has zero COVID policy. They don't want to have any COVID in this country and just stay locked, borders locked. It's worked in the past. If we can sort this lockdown out now and get rid of Delta, then it will work again, but you only get one crack at this. And everyone in the country has to help and dig in and do it. Otherwise it just doesn't work, it fails, and then you end up like Australia and suffering. So whether you agree with lockdowns, agree with vaccines or anything else, this seems to be the best policy to get our lives back on track. Isn't that right, Brucey? Anne's having a delicious leftover tapas from dinner last night that we had in Queenstown. Queenstown was not great. The weather was awful. We did have a nice dinner last night, but it was all overshadowed by what was going on. And poor Anne had a crappy birthday because it chucked down and we had to go to dinner in full wet weather gear. And it was just naff. It was just rubbish. There was a big swamp outside the van. So that's another of Anne's birthdays that we're going to have to do again. They're adding up. I think there's 2 or 3 of Anne's birthdays we're going to have to do again. There's 2 of mine we're going to have to do again.
I'm sure many people.
Yeah, I think we've all got birthday credits, as all of you do as well around the world. It's ironic that you're probably all opened up and we're the ones that have closed down now. Hey ho, anyway, burger time. Burgers, Brucey. I'm actually going to make one for Brucey as well, because he can have one. So I've got Angus beef burgers. New Zealand Angus beef burgers. Talk amongst yourselves while I try and sort this out. All right.
I hope they're going to be as garlicky as mine.
Yeah, whatever it is Anne is eating right now is so garlicky, which means I've got to have some garlic. Because otherwise it ends up, you're lying in bed with her and she on you in the morning. It's not conducive to a great marriage, having one partner that's had garlic and the other that hasn't. Isn't that right, darling? Yeah. It's not stopping you from chowing all that down though, is it?
Oh, the copy of burgers.
We've lost Bruce.
Seasoning.
Seasoning, well done. And you're blocking the way. Oh, and I've got mustard. Oh, yeah. Shame I haven't got any Coke left.
Smoothie.
I'll have a smoothie. Right, so I've got my seasoning this time. And I went and got some Coleman's English mustard, which I love. And I've got buns. She said, great buns.
Big buns.
Big buns, did you hear that? Oh, and I've got the ones that aren't sliced. Oh, thank you. Thank you, darling, for my healthy green spirulina. The beer was next to that, so this was in the fridge. It's a smoothie, green spirulina smoothie, which is seaweed, I think. It was in the fridge next to a can of beer, and that's what she bought me. I can't have the beer anyway because I'm driving, and I've still got 4.5 hours to go to get to where our car is parked, and then we've got to start packing everything, sleep in the van tonight, and then drop the car off. Okay, mustard, proper English mustard, not American, not French, not, you know, Dijon. This is Coleman's English mustard. You can't go wrong. And Bruce can obviously smell the burgers because he's come back. This is how we won't lose Bruce, because I'm cooking. You don't lose Bruce when there's food around. Oh yes. All right, I'll come back to you when the burgers are ready. Right, burgers are ready. Out, that's hot. Okay. Yum. Right, I need to let Bruce's cool off. And there's a spare one for me, just in case. Turn the gas off. Now Bruce hasn't come running, so he hasn't tweaked that he's getting any of this yet. It's a little bit of traffic, but again, I think it's everybody rushing to get home while they still can. Oh, I'll let Bruce have a bit more because. Huh?
One vehicle.
Yeah, one vehicle since I started the camera up.
No, you said a bit of traffic. It was actually just one vehicle.
Just then? Do you want me to put that on the camera?
Can do.
I'm getting interrupted by the boss.
I'm correcting you.
Yeah, I know you are. Remember, happy wife, happy life. No. She's grumpy because her holiday's finished before it even started. Oh, right, burger for me. Burger for Brucey. I don't know where Bruce is. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Brucey, what's in here? Sit. Good boy. Let's do this so that you can see. Stay there, Bruce. I am actually feeding him burger. Good boy, go on then. Oh. Right, bon appetit, everybody. Mmm. Very good. I would pan the camera around so you can see Anne eating.
You don't want to do that.
But she doesn't want, she doesn't think you want to see that. Oh, I've got to turn the camera around though so you can see what I'm looking at here. Look at this. The snow. Well, look at my burger. Look at that snow up there. It's beautiful. And there's Brucey. Did you have your burger? Is that tasty? So van life is actually not bad when you're not in lockdown, but it turns out it's actually not bad when you are in lockdown as well. Hey, no, no, no. Come on, get out of there. Away. There's something falling under the barbecue and he's trying to get to it. Alright everyone, I'm going to enjoy my burgers and come back to you at some point later, wherever we happen to rest up or if we see something amazing. I'm sure Anne's going to say goodbye. She's got a mouthful of food though.
Bye.
There you go. Bye. So, you don't see this in a lot of places, but this is pretty typical for New Zealand. Camera woman. A herd of cows on the highway, and yes, this is a state highway. And we're behind a herd of cows. Now, sometimes they let us just drive straight through them, but we'll see what these guys want to do. Whether he waves us on or not, I don't know. Let's see what happens. They've got the sheepdogs. Does she know we're behind? I don't think they've got very far to go. So the dogs are going to move the cows in the right direction, just like they would with sheep. Here you go. They're going to let us through. Okay, let's see how this goes.
It's a bit chaotic.
Bruce is getting excited. Oh, Bruce, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? Lots of cows.
Excuse the wobbly camera.
Now these are all bulls. All of them are bulls. Quite young.
Oh gosh.
Lots of poo. Come on. Young man. And they smell wonderful.
Bruce.
Go on, Bruce. You tell him.
Bruce. Shush.
He's alright. He's doing what he's trained to do. Come on, mate. Come on, mate. You keep going. For those who've never heard Bruce barking, this is what he sounds like. Come on, boys. Come on, young men. Come on. Come on. There you go. Look at that big boy over there. That's Dad. God, dear. So, that, Bruce, get down now. That's pretty typical in New Zealand. Either sheep or cows. And Bruce, you did a great job. Oh, finally. 5.5 hours or 6 hours later, we're at the depot in Christchurch. So we're parked up there. Our car is here. So we've been told to just leave the van here tomorrow. But we are opposite the airport in this industrial estate where you can see all of the camper vans parked up because of lockdown. They've all come back, obviously, today. Everywhere it's closed. This is usually chock-a-block with cars, but everything is shut. But look at this. So this, I'll turn it round. Over there, in the distance, is the airport, and look at all these cars. Hundreds of cars snaking back and forth in a big queue. Look at that over there. See the brake lights? Let me zoom in for you. Over there. So all these cars all these cars are queued up for a COVID test. Isn't that incredible? That's what they're all lining up for. It's, what is it? It's 6:30 in the evening. Sun's just setting. And they're all queued up there for their COVID test. And honestly, there's a few hundred cars here. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Look at that. So basically, the situation is that people have been told anyone with symptoms get tested, or if you're on the contact list, get tested. So I guess all those people behind me, all queued up, have symptoms and are getting tested. You've got to remember that was no COVID in New Zealand for 160 days. Not a single case in the community. And now suddenly it's jumped up again today. So it went from 1 overnight to then 5 this morning, then 7 at lunchtime, and now there's 10 new cases on top of all of that. So that's all in the space of less than 24 hours. So it's suddenly ballooned, suddenly out of nowhere. And that's why our holiday's cancelled. Everyone was given 48 hours to get home. Once that 48 hours is up, no one is allowed out on the street at all, except to go shopping for essential items, and then only one person is allowed out. So we've got until tomorrow night, midnight, to get home. So we should do that, no problem. But still, what a pain. Unbelievable. So I think we're going to be cooking in the van tonight. So we'll be moving in there. Okay, we've had dinner. And it's just in the bathroom brushing her teeth. And where I showed you we were parked earlier, there's 2 more wilderness camper vans now parked. One behind, one in front. Because they're in the same situation as us, except I spoke to the ones behind. They've got to fly to Auckland, so they're from Auckland. But ones in front, I don't know, they've only just got here. Got Brucey down here. That's Brucey. Brucey, what's it like being in our van now? Hey, you can come and say hello. You gonna come and say hello? No, he's sulking. He's had a good run. We just had a good walk. Brucey, what's that? Hey, what you doing? This is his one tigress bed that I take with him. And in the bathroom. So, I've got to lower the bed, which is up here above me. I've got to bring it down. There's bedtime. And then see you in the morning. Probably a quick breakfast. It's not like we can get anything on the road, so we do actually have to eat in the van. We have to eat here because we've got another 6 hours home to drive. And there will be nothing open. There's no cafes, nothing. You can't get even a cup of coffee, nothing. It's all closed because of lockdown. So we'll probably have something quick in the van in the morning after we've packed everything up and transferred it to the car. And then get on the road. And yeah, from there until home, there's no stops really for anything other than maybe a snack that we made on the way before we go, but no coffees or anything, which sucks. Very stressful. Okay, see you in the morning. Brucey. Bruce. Bruce. Here. Hey, who's this? What's this? Here. Oh, he's very excited. He's getting to sleep with us tonight, aren't you? Hey. No, Brucey. Oh, morning everybody. It's early, it's cold. It's the car. I've had the engine on a while. It's frozen. Oh, look at this. So I'm getting all packed up, ready to go. Just having some coffees and things and still packing up. Got everything loaded in the back of the car. And look who's jumped in. The back here. Look at that little face. He climbed in through there and he's just lay there for the last 20 minutes waiting to go home. Haven't you, Brucey? Morning, Brucey. Isn't he cute? Look, he's tucked all the way in there. Oh, there's our van. You can see everything's closed here. So the gates are closed to get in to the rental place. There's another van there, it's pulled up. We know there's another van coming back again. So yeah, lockdown. Everyone's scrambling to get back within the 48 hours. Looks like they're going to announce a load more cases today at 1 o'clock. Nightmare. See, this is how close we are to the airport. We're under the flight path. Air New Zealand flying everybody out back to Auckland. They've laid on a load of extra flights because this is all going to be shut down and then no one's flying anywhere. They take it seriously here, lockdown really seriously. When they say lockdown, it really is lockdown. So yeah, that's what all this action is about. Come back to you when we're basically getting out of here. Anne is busy. Anne is busy in here, look, cleaning up. Hang on. She's putting all the food away and getting ready, making sure that the van is nice and tidy. Okay, I'll catch you in a bit. So like I was saying last night, it's early now, it's not even 9 o'clock yet, and everyone's queuing up for testing. This is covering the whole of Christchurch, I guess, and the queue is going on for miles, and they just keep coming. Right, we're on the road finally. We're ready to go. Cars are all packed. Oh, look who's behind me. That's right, it's Brucey. Over here, darling. Over here. Oh, hello, Brucey. So we've been going 2 hours. Brucey's crammed in the back. Yeah, we've been going 2 hours and we're just coming up to the seaside town of Kaikoura. Kaikoura. And here is the sea, the coast. So this is the east coast of the South Island. This is a beautiful spot. Very famous coastline. It's a bit like Monterey, California. We've got seals all along the coast here for the next, I don't know, 40 kilometers. Sometimes just lying on the side of the road, mainly on these rocks. And these rocks that you can see, some of them, when we get further along, are white. And during the massive earthquake that happened here back in 2000, was it 11? I can't remember. No, 2000, when was the earthquake? 17?
18.
18. There was a massive earthquake here and it lifted the seabed. And so some of these rocks are now sticking out of the water 2 meters. And you could never see them before. But we'll show you those white rocks as we go past them. So yeah, very, very quiet. There's not much, oh, there's a seal, but there's fin up out there in the water. Might see a whale, you never know. Lots of whales here. There's a feeding ground for the whales just off the shore here. So yeah, we've got about just over 2 hours, 2.5 hours to go before we get home. We've got to stop off at the supermarket, do some shopping. There's no traffic, as you can see, there's hardly anything. It's a completely empty road. So it's been plain sailing, which is a first. I'm expecting at some point we're going to get pulled over by the police. Either at a checkpoint or just randomly stopped just to find out why we're on the road. But again, we're within the 48 hours where we're allowed to travel to get home, but they still want to make sure that you're only on the road to get home. Right, I'll come back to you when we see these white rocks. Alright, so we've pulled over at a little rest stop just to grab something to eat. Let me show you where we are. So we're in this little bay, and here are all the seals. and the babies are the ones making the crying noises. I'm going to show you. Lots of seals everywhere. Lounging around. And then yeah, got some babies. There's a little baby right down there. See that one? What about itself? So all of this, oh dear, some fighting seals. So all of this used to be underwater, and the earthquake pushed all of this rock up. So none of this used to be exposed. What is that, 3 meters? It's popped up. Pretty amazing. So now all the seals use this to just lounge on and sun themselves. So all of this was destroyed. All of that fell down. Kilometers long of landslips all around. There's Anne. And up here, all of this collapsed. This was all a massive landslip, and they've had to retain, rebuild, build all new roads. Side of the cliff there, that all fell. It was a colossal quake, and all of this gave way. Look at Brucey. Yeah, it's pretty bad. And they had to rebuild all of the highway. And these little baby seals used to come here. There's a little stream over there. They used to go all the way up this stream to a little pond that was up there, and the baby seals used to hang out there. But they can't get to it now because it all got blocked by the earthquake. So now the babies here are with their mums, and so you can see them feeding, having their milk down here. Bruce hates the seals. Bruce, enough, come on. And the seals don't like Bruce either. So yeah, there you go. So we're going to stop here, have our lunch, listen to the seals, watch Bruce being himself. And honestly, there would usually be loads and loads of cars coming past here, but it's just deserted. There's the back of Anne, as usual. She doesn't want to be on camera. Come on, Brucey. Hey. You see any seals underneath us? Oh, that's creepy, isn't it? Hey? No seals here? No. Oh, there's a big boy looking right at me. All the babies, look at them. Loads of them. Oh, this one's trying to get some milk off his mum. Having a good feed. Yeah, lots of babies lying in the sun. There's Dad watching over them all. He's a big boy. Very lazy. Soaking up the rays. Okay. Oh. He doesn't look happy. He doesn't look happy with me. I think he knows Bruce is here. Oh, he's snorting and roaring at me. What's the matter? I think it's a she. I'm not happy about Bruce being here. Sorry. Get over it. Right. Have my lunch and I'll come back to you. Oh, okay, made it home. It's a few hours later now. It was a long drive, really exhausted. Before I go, and thank you for watching this video, but before I go, hey Brucey, hey, what you doing? You happy to be home? Are you happy to be home? Before I go, a few of you, quite a lot of you, asked how it was going with the damage to my property. How bad was it and everything else? Well, we're still waiting for insurance to sort it out. But in case you want to see what it looks like, here is the damage. Well, some of the damage, I should say. That's, what is that? That's 4. That drop from there to the bottom there is about 3-4 meters. All of this land Careful, Bruce. All of this land dropped. All of it. And it skidded, slipped down the hill. We had 350 millimeters of rain. This pipe wasn't here before. I've had to put that in to channel some of the water away. It's rushing through. But there's the garage, just sitting there precariously on the rails. It actually hasn't budged at all, but all the land is gone. That's all gone. So that's all got to be filled in and retained, and the massive wall has got to be built all the way along here. And I don't know if we can save the garage or not. That's what we're waiting for in the insurance. But yeah, it all fell away. Isn't that right, Brucey? We've lost all that land, haven't we? And you can see this part of the driveway here. That's all slipped underneath there as well. It's a beautiful evening though. I shouldn't complain. Stunning, isn't it? Even though we have got all this damage. So yeah, that's the damage. Anyway, that was typical, I guess, of one of my camping trips. A bit of a disaster. It was all called short because of COVID and a lockdown, and we had 48 hours to get back. We made it with just a few hours to spare. I think Bruce is happy to be back. Okay. Look, I wanted to thank everyone that has watched this. I want to thank everyone that has gone on to buy me a coffee and bought myself and Bruce and Anne a drink or a treat. All the names are being listed here. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that so much. Anne appreciates it, and all the people that sent birthday wishes to Anne, or bought her a coffee or a treat or a beer, or bought Bruce a treat. Hey, Brucey. We all really appreciate that. Thanks so much. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry, it wasn't the trip I had planned. It was all cut short. But you know what? We made the most of it. Unfortunately, it ruined Anne's birthday. But, that seems to be what happens when COVID scares everybody, half to death, and the governments react, and this is what's happened. This is the situation we're in. We're in lockdown. Who knows how long this is going to last? And when I'm next going to be able to go camping, hopefully it won't last too long, and we can go camping soon. What do you reckon, Bruce, about going camping? Thanks for watching, everyone. If you've liked the video, I hope you have, even though it didn't go according to plan, but I've shown you some of the beautiful scenery of New Zealand. If you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't. And he's his own person. And please, Bruce, come here. I can see what you're up to. Please hit the notification button. You're gonna come up? Hey, you're gonna jump? Hey! To catch the next video. I really hope I can do another camping video soon. We have got some land here. Technically, we're allowed to go and camp on it. And it's a beautiful bit of land. I've just always preferred to go away and do it. So hopefully we can bring you another camping video soon. Anyway, thanks again for watching, everyone. Catch you next time. You gonna say goodbye, Brucey? Yeah, he's saying goodbye. Bye, everybody.